Hello everyone and welcome to a new Mech Lord video. Today we are playing the new Stardust Assault mode deck with the new skill Assault Star Acceleration. But first, here's time for a little new segment called... So, Assault mode, as it is known, debuted in the TCG in 2009 with a couple of cards revolving around the trap card Assault mode activate, both in terms of synchro monsters that you can evolve into an Assault mode form, and in terms of support to get your Assault mode cards, such as Assault Beast. And that's pretty much the only one that was worth playing at the time. And then, 10 years later, Konami lost it, and were like, screw it, let's print a bunch of Assault mode support, including Assault Sentinel, Assault Psy Reflector, which doesn't have Assault in his name, so I messed that up. And Psy Reflector would itself make an appearance in Duel shortly afterwards in November 2019, alongside Assault mode Activate and Assault Beast, but not Sentinel. When it was used as a synchro toolbox one card starter in decks, but never really shined in a dedicated deck. It was released with the Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode like structure deck, and that deck was not meta, but Psy Reflector certainly was playable. Fast forward to 2025, and Konami decided, you know what, we're gonna release Assault Sentinel in the newest deck build box, and we're gonna give Assault mode decks not one but two new skill, one for Yusei, one for Jack, and the one for Yusei is very simple. It reads, you can normal summon one additional monster that mentions Assault mode Activate in addition to your normal summon set, and you can activate Assault mode Activate from your hand, which I'm really fond of actually. This being a trap meant it was inherently really slow and not really playable, but being able to activate it from hand solves one of the issues with this archetype, if you can call it an archetype. That's the kind of skill design that I can appreciate. You can have Synchro Summon level 9 or higher Synchro monsters, get Dragon monsters. That doesn't come up in this version of the deck very specifically. Then for the actual effect, reveal one Assault mode Activate or a card that mentioned it, then shuffle up to 2 cards from hand into the deck and draw the same number of cards. It's switcheroo. It's just switcheroo. You're not even sure of the cards you're gonna get. It's like a consistency skill that was like designed for 2019-2020 Duel Links. Which, like, this doesn't even get you your starters 100% of the time, and the skill feels like kinda weak, all things considered, you know? Like, Shadows get a +1 for free just by opening 2 Shadow cards, so do Predator Plants, so why do we have to shuffle 2, draw 2? The idea behind the shuffling 2 part is you can only special summon the Assault mode monsters from deck with Assault mode Activate, so it's good to put them back in the deck, but also I would like to open my starters as every other deck does, please. And then for the second effect, which I'm not too fond of, if only your opponent controls a monster, you get to play a Stardust Dragon or a Junk Archer from your extra deck in face down defense position. Its battle position can be changed, so at least it's set so if you try to flip it face up and your opponent has a Book of Moon, they can interact with it. Otherwise, if you open Assault mode Activate, that just means you get an instant Stardust Dragon Assault mode, which is an omni-negate, which is your reason we're playing this deck. This guy is an omni. This guy is a repeatable omni. It will tribute itself in order to negate, but then come back during the end phase, and it can do so indefinitely, and it's not even a once per turn effect, so you can do it several times per turn, as many times as you have cards to negate or copies of Stardust Dragon Assault mode. Which is, all things considered, pretty cool. And so that's the basis for this deck list. We are playing 2 Stardust Dragon Assault mode to go with our 2 Stardust Dragons, 3 Assault mode Activates, which is more than the number of Assault mode monsters that we're playing, but we really want to open those. Worst case scenario, you can shuffle it back into the deck in order to get a better card. And our Assault mode package consists of 3 Assault Sentinels, which can summon the Psy Reflector from deck, 3 Psy Reflectors, which get the one card combo thingy, and Assault Beast, which is still important to get your copy of Assault mode Activate if you didn't open it. That comboed with Psy Reflector in order to be a 1-card synchro all the way back in 2019, and this is still the case today. On top of that, we are also playing Battling Boxer Uppercutter, which might seem strange to some of you, but this card on summon gets to search a counter trap, which in this case is going to be Assault's counter, which is just an Omni, another Omni for Assault mode decks. That can fit this little guy in. So it comes up sometime. It's kind of it's not really a win more card, but it's kind of you can't count on seeing every game, but when it does come out, it feels pretty cool. And then, you know, we're playing good staples of Effect Veiler and Book of Eclipse. As for our extra, Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon is a pretty good card that allows us to perform a really cool turn 1 setup that might also involve Samsara Dragon of Rebirth and High-Speed Raid Goita. Then we have the 2 Stardust Dragons. We have the Crystal Wing, which I've never personally been into. And then we have a couple of good Synchro 7s, including the Junk Archer that we get for free with the skill sometimes. Now this stray deck is susceptible to change. I'm not too convinced on the Crystal Wing. Maybe I could replace this with the Flame Whale counter, which is just another... And that's not an Omni, it's a spell track negate, but it does work pretty well with our turn 1 setup, so maybe you could cut this guy out and put a Flame Whale counter in. It's up for you to decide, really. So that's the deck. Our game plan is to make an Omni and win the grind game eventually. Let's see how this deck performed in the current PvP event, whose name eludes me, Riding Duel Acceleration PvP event or something. Our first duel is going to be against Resonators, which isn't a surprise. This is probably the most popular deck in this event. Why is the text in Spanish? What was up with that? You know, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, they're playing the old scale Witness, why I'm known as the true scale. Aside from that, it's like late 2024, early 2025, really. So. We opened an unplayable hand, so we shuffle a Forbidden Droplet, which I was playing in this version of the deck. I decided to cut it because it is too cost heavy and Assault mode activate in order to draw a Psy Reflector, which is still a 1-card combo in the Apollo 2025. Just look at this. I just get to make a Synchro 8, which is going to be Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Activate the Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon effect to revive the Psy Reflector. Normal summon the Battling Boxer Uppercutter, which is going to search an Assault counter. And then activate the Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon effect in order to Synchro summon a Stardust Dragon, which is pretty cool, has a pretty nifty animation, which will give me time to catch my breath. I've had to explain a lot of things in a very short amount of time, as is often the case with Synchro decks. But this one is a Synchro deck that I actually like, because this one actually has a game plan that is unique to itself, which is not something that you can say about a lot of Synchro decks out there. You know, I dislike Fleur Slot because it just make all the good Synchros. It's kind of there. It was boring, so incredibly boring. Anyway, we're gonna make a High-Speed Raid, a Goita in defense position with the effect of our Excel Synchro, then Assault mode into Assault mode Stardust Dragon. I set pause, please, thank you. Set Book of Eclipse and set Assault counter. So we have 2 omni-negate and this, which is Great Disruption, to use against Synchro decks. It really messes up their ability to play. Our opponent is immediately going to activate the skill instead of Fiendish Chain, but it doesn't matter against our deck because most of our monsters tribute for cost, so their effects will not be negated by the Fiendish Chain by the time it resolves. That's a Resonator call. That's fine. Yeah, you can do that. And then normal summon Soul Resonator to activate the Soul Resonator effect. Fortunately, I do have the effect Veiler Hand, which is a card that Tuesday used in the show too. So that's thematically appropriate. So activate second Resonator call to get a Vision. And then opponent is going to activate the skill to set a Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend onto their field, flip it face up. Special the Vision Resonator. At this point I'm going to Goita because I know that they're going to be able to chain block the Scarred, otherwise they get to special summon the Synchron Resonator into an Alt-Red Archfiend Bane, which is kind of an issue. They're going to activate the Scarred and then chain block with the Synchron Resonator and the Red Rain. I'm just going to tribute the Stardust Dragon Assault mode because otherwise I'm going to lose it anyway. So I just get to negate the Red Rain, which is not the greatest. That means they'll still be able to extend some more, get back a Soul Resonator and summon a Red Dragon Archfiend. Alt RDA is going to tribute the Vision Resonator to bring back the Scarred RDA And then I'm gonna get Scarlet Security, which maybe I should have flipped that Book of Eclipse earlier in order to keep the Assault counter. Now that's kind of a mistake on my part. It doesn't really matter because I just get to set a thing. In the end phase, bring back Stardust Dragon Assault mode. Book of Eclipse is going to flip everything face up. They have to Fiendish Chain their own RDA, or else it will wipe their board, which is insanely funny to me. We draw a kind of PP poo poo card, Battling Boxer Uppercut, which can recycle all things. That's not great. Draw 2 with the skill and get it to keep the Book of Eclipse. We're going to attack into discard Dragon Archfiend with our Stardust Dragon Assault mode, and then in the end phase, bring it back because we attributed it to negate the floating effect of this card, Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm going to send Assault Resonator to draw 2 for the skill. Put a Red Dragon Archfiend and Synchron Resonator into Alt Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is also an omni-negate. Bunch of omni-negates in Duel Links nowadays, and that's well. You know, Red Rain, get back the Red Rain, and then get back the Vision Resonator. And that just got them the Red Rain, so that's kind of cool. Special summon the Vision Resonator. Bane is going to tribute it in order to bring back the base RDA. I don't know why they went for the base RDA, not the card. You know, Vision Resonators is going to get them a Crimson Gaia. Activate Crimson Gaia. Crimson Gaia is going to get them the Scarlet Security. And this time, I'm going to let it resolve because I just get to flip Book of Eclipse anyway. It doesn't really matter what I do. Archred is going to try to negate that, but I'm going to negate the Abyss with my Stardust Dragon Assault mode. They prevent the destruction of their Abyss with the Soul Resonator end phase. They're going to flip everything back up with Book of Eclipse. I'm going to bring back the Stardust Dragon Assault mode. And our Red Dragon Archfiend is going to blow the entire field. And then Crimson Gaia is going to try to bring something back, but I can just Stardust Dragon Assault mode once again, and it will come back. This is the silliest card of all time. I love this card. This is such an impeccable card. Top deck the Assault Sentinel. We're gonna get to make a Psy Reflector. Psy Reflector is gonna get us the Soul Mode activate. Our opponent is just going to effect Vela here and there, and then activate Red Rain in the same chain, but they didn't read their own Red Rain, because the highest level monster on my field is in fact the Stardust Dragon Assault mode, which is higher than their monster. Hey look, I normal Assault Sentinel and attack with both for lethal, and that's here's how you beat Resonators, I guess. This second duel also against Resonators, but this one is playing the new Assault mode skill, which in this day and age basically means that they're playing all the good Resonator cards that came from a structure that was released like 2 years ago. Which is a deck that never needed a skill in the first place, and just plays the skill that gives him a free Scar Red, which, good job, Konami. Maybe releasing this card was a bit too early even for the card power creep that we have in Duel Links. Anyway, good to get to put back the Assault mode activates in my deck. Yeah, look, it's Assault Sentinel into Psy Reflector into Assault Beast into Assault mode activate into Psy Reflector, bringing back the Assault Beast into the same setup as last game. So we do have an 8. I'm going to normal summon the Uppercutter just to play around the effect Veiler that I know they don't have, and put these two into an Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. That was the card that I opened with the Dream Pack, so I was not really excited about that. You know, I already had like several copies of the, I think 2 copies of this cards, and you never need more than 1 anyway. I would have preferred to get like a Soul Eating Oviraptor or a UCT, but I guess I get to play in a deck that I actually play, so there's that. I hate this artwork of Stardust Dragon, by the way. I'm not fond of it. I like the old artwork more, because I don't know, I just think it looks better. We make a Goita once again. We summon Stardust Dragon Assault mode once again, and set once again Book of Eclipse and the Assault concept. We don't have an effect Veiler this time, but I think it's still gonna work. I'm going to reveal the Assault mode activate, return 2 cards, draw 2 cards, activate Crimson Gaia. I'm okay with that. Crimson Gaia is going to get them a Vision Resonator, which I'm also okay with. Activate the skill in order to set a Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend on their side with the Vision Resonator. That's going to be an issue. I'm just going to do a Goita super early. They're going to have to activate Tanky in order to search Assault Sentinel. I considered running Tanky myself, but then I was like, I'm playing a consistent enough list that I don't really need it. Bone Archfiend going to send a Vision Resonator, which itself is going to add a Scarlet Security to their hand. So I'm going to flip the Book of Eclipse early-ish in order to prevent them from doing some Coolio Synchro combos. Assault Sentinel is going to benefit from the additional normal. In order to special a Side Reflector, again an Assault Beast. I wasn't sure if they had an Assault mode activate up to this point, but no, I guess I know 100% for sure that they do have one. So they're going to set it potentially for next turn, but their board is clogged, and Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode can be summoned, except that the board is clogged, so they can't really do it, can they? We're going to summon the Side Reflector, tribute the Side Reflector afterwards, not tribute, use the Side Reflector if I get Assault mode activate, bring back the Assault Beast. Put these two into, I'm considering maybe the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon here, because I think it's pretty good getting it, but I can't resist two armies. I'm an idiot, I just need omni-negates and I want them. So we're going to make a second Stardust Dragon, activate the scale to draw 2. Pitch an Assault mode activate, set the Book of Eclipse, normal the Assault Sentinel, go battle phase. Stardust Dragon is going to attack their Bone Archfiend and then get Assault mode into a Stardust Dragon Assault mode. Attack with the first Dragon's Assault mode, try to activate the Crimson Guy and discard Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm going to be able to negate the discard Red Dragon Archfiend effect. With my Assault mode, they're still going to be able to bring back the discard Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm just going to crash the Stardust Dragon into it in order to bring back the Stardust Dragon that is not Assault moded, which is going to be able to attack their Vision Resonator, which unfortunately gets them a second Crimson Gaia. Not much I can do about it. In the end phase, Stardust Dragon Assault mode is going to bring itself back to the field, and that's going to be the end of my turn. Oh, bonus turn now. I'm going to activate Crimson Gaia. Return the Scarlet to the extra deck, because I guess they only have one. Bone Archfiend is going to special it normal itself. Normal Soul Resonator. I'm just going to Assault counter that to get rid of their ability to plus and synchro. They're going to activate the skill, draw to discard 1. Pitch a Tanky, send a Crimson Resonator. They get to summon a Synchron Resonator into a Red Rising Dragon. Activate Red Rising chain with the Synchron Resonator, so I can't Stardust Dragon Assault mode. That's a pretty solid play. Special summon the Vision Resonator and tune with the Red Rising Dragon to go into discard Red Dragon Archfiend. Special the Vision Resonator once again into an odd Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, which is going to trigger the Scar Red, which I'm going to be able to negate with the Stardust Dragon Assault mode because their Vision Resonator already triggered a turn, or they are out of search targets, I'm not sure. Normal the Side Reflector. Side Reflector is going to get them a RDA Assault mode, which I'm not sure what they would do that, but I know that they're going to try and some things anyway, so I'm just going to Book of Eclipse really early. They're going to set a card, they're going to realize that I'm just going to outgrind them and beat them down the line, especially because the event scale can give my monster more attack, so I can beat over the Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, and they're going to concede. And the last but not least, this is going to be a mirror match, but they are on a very special version of the deck that, why is this in Japanese, I don't know, that's decided to play another archetype, because the skill doesn't archetype block you in any significant way, alongside their assault mode stuff. So I'm going to go first once again. Shuffle back a couple of bricks into me deck, draw a couple of Battling Boxer uppercutters, which is really cool. Assault Sentinel, Tribute, Side Reflector, you know how this works. You know how this deck works now. You've seen the combo like twice already. You can watch it all the time. Make sure to declare 3 with the Side Reflector and not 4, because otherwise this doesn't work. You just mess yourself up, which is a rookie mistake that I made like once in PvE, because I was testing the deck in PvE to like learn the ropes and stuff, and I did not realize that it was adding. I'm not smart. I'm not smart. You didn't figure this out. I'm not any smart. I'm smarty pants. Look, this is the same combo once again. You get to summon a Stardust Dragon one more time, and there he is. Shiseo Stardust Dragon. Oh, it's a cool card. Yeah, it's a cool enough card. I kind of like it. Unfortunately, I haven't really played against people that play Dark or yet with this deck, so I haven't been able to use it to its fullest potential, but that's fine, you know, I'll deal with it. High Speed Radar Goiter, so I'll activate. That's the exact same setup as the previous 2 games. This deck is consistent enough that I just consistently make to do this, right? Which maybe is worth something. I don't know. They're going to reveal the Stardust Dragon Assault mode, return 2 cards, draw 2 cards. They're going to normal summon Life Twill Kiss a Kill. They're on Life Twins Assault mode, which kind of cool, kind of cool. I'm going to assault counter that because I don't want them to get access to a good archetype. So instead, they're going to activate the skill, reveal a Stardust Dragon. I'm assuming maybe they have the assault mode activated in hand. They're going to assault Sentinel into a Sire Reflector. Sire Reflector is going to get them the assault mode activated. So if they did not have it before, they certainly do have it now. They're going to reveal it, bring back the assault Sentinel. At this point, I'm like, go tribute yourself. Mess up their synchro combos. They have an emergency teleport on top of everything, so they're still going to be able to make another Stardust Dragon. I'm just going to flip everything face down with the Book of Eclipse, and face they're going to draw a bunch of cards, discard in Assault Sentinel. I'm going to flip the Stardust Dragon Assault mode back on the field. Draw 2, discard 1, Battling Boxer, Uppercut. Unfortunately, that does not trigger its graveyard effect, which is a shame, but we'll make do. Assault Sentinel into Sire Reflector, into another Assault Sentinel. Already have the Assault mode activated, bring back the Assault Beast. Once again, we are going for the Stardust Dragon here, which is a pretty cool thing. Normal summon Battling Boxer, Uppercutter. And we're going to attack once, and then we're going to attack twice, and then we're going to attack thrice, and use Assault mode activate as a combat trick in order to allow our Stardust Dragon to technically allow another time, also giving access to 2 omni-negate, which is pretty cool. Then again, our opponent has a massive hand, which is made even more massive. They're going to activate Life Twin Stunish. I'm like, I'm just going to negate the Life Twin thingy. They're going to normal Sire Reflector. I say Sire Reflector, you know what? That's not okay. Going to tribute my Stardust Dragon Assault mode. Negate this. Unfortunately, those obey. They reveal they had the Book of Eclipse all along, which forces the second Stardust Dragon Assault mode thingy. Maybe I could have let it slip. Yeah, maybe I could have let it be through. Because then I would have been able to... maybe I should have let it through. Because then I would have been able to... They're just going to win this game. Spoiler alert. They would have had to pop it with the Evil Twin Lila. Which would have triggered the Assault mode effect engraved to special the Stardust Dragon. So, that was a misplay, everyone. That was a misplay. But hey, look, I do get to get back the Soul counter. That's pretty cool. Not that it's going to matter because they're going to Cosmic Cyclone it, like, right about now. And just have lethal from here on out because they can attack with the Trouble Sunny tributed into the 2 Life Twins that make part of it, and then draw a card and attack directly. So yeah, misplay on my part, but I still wanted to showcase this version of the deck my opponent was playing, which I felt was pretty cool and really interesting how getting an additional normal can change the dynamic of a deck. That was pretty cool. So that's the deck. It feels pretty good going first. Doesn't feel nearly as good going second unless you open one of your board breakers. And I guess you could be playing more board breakers than that. You saw that in the previous version I was playing the Forbidden Droplets. Maybe you can afford to play cards like Darkle, which are also pretty good against Speed Droids very specifically this meta game. I think I'm definitely going to cut the Crystal Wing in order to make way for the Flame Veil counter that can be searched of our Battling Boxer Uppercutter, which is going to be live because this fits the condition for it. So yeah, pretty interesting deck, pretty fun deck. Maybe not the most powerful deck out there, maybe it needs the need of a supplemental engine like Life Twins like you've seen in the last game. But I do not regret investing over 5,000 gems into this deck, especially considering I get 2 other decks to showcase in upcoming videos. One which is a Red Dragon Archfiend Assault mode, which is just going to be the classic RDA stuff with a new skill and a couple of different cards, and one of which is Gustos, for which I still have to farm the ranked rewards in order to get Die Gustos Freeze, which that's gonna take a while. But in the meantime, that'll be it for today's video. Let me know what you think of this deck in the comments, and if you like the video, make sure to like it and subscribe so you don't miss out future videos in which I'm hyped about Duel Links for one. If you'd like to support me further, you can check out my Ko-fi in the video description or become a channel member. And I would like to thank my Ko-fi donators in the form of Dingus, Sardish Boy Zero, Jimmy, Zinnia, Yannick, Sile, Marku, Fortuna16, the Abisaka Guru, Orc Price, and Exorcist, as well as my YouTube members Sternay, Crimson Reaper 5, Troy Bolton, Genius Wannabe, and Seal Alert. Thank you all for the support, it is greatly appreciated. Next up, more Assault mode stuff, and maybe Gustos if I manage to farm enough wins. Probably not. but you never know. And then next week I'm gonna be on vacation, so expect less content then, but content still, because I've got bills to pay. Thank you for watching the video once again. Take care, everyone. I will see you all next time.